All right, welcome back to LearnWire. And as promised, I am going to try to work in at least once a week if I can, or at least once every 2 weeks, exploring a new plugin that is inside of ChatGPT. And today, I don't know if you guys notice, but the images over here are cutting out, and that happens sometimes inside of my Chrome browser, but this is the browser that I like to use. It's where all my logins are, all my extensions and so forth. But sometimes it does just have some flaws. And I don't know if this happens to you guys or not. Leave a comment below. But some of these images of the plugins are just displaying like this. And I forgot what it used to be called. All right, so I just tested this out. It's actually pretty cool. Because we're going to be using a couple of different plugins, and you can see right here, it's actually going to use all three of these plugins, which I really like these ones. You can only use 3 plugins, up to 3 plugins max in any prompt. But when you can actually utilize 3 plugins, correctly, then you can get some pretty powerful content. So what we're going to do is go over to a new chat. I'm going to use ChatGPT 4. You are going to need a ChatGPT Plus subscription in order to use these advanced plugins and prompts. But we're going to come over here and we're going to install this one called Prompt Perfect. So Prompt Perfect, and you can see right over here, it says type perfect to craft the perfect prompt every time. We're also going to use this one called Speedy Marketing. I was using, which one was it? Vox Script. There was another one that I was using that was really popular when these plugins first came out, but I found that it was not working correctly. So I've moved on to this one right here, Speedy Marketing. And this one is one that will write SEO blogs and social media content for you. So we're going to use that. And then also, in order to scrape the content, we need WebPilot, which I still find WebPilot and VoxScript are the best for actually scraping content from URLs or from YouTube videos. More so YouTube with VoxScript. And since in this case, we're going to be just scraping Google, it's going to be WebPilot, right? So we're going to use those 3. We have them all 3 selected, and here we go. So what I'm going to do is come in here and paste this, and let me zoom in so you guys can see it now. I also need to put in here the blog title is, and then we need to find a blog title. And let's just make one up right off the top. I'm going to say top 10 best outside gardening rake. Top 10 best outside gardening rakes in 2023. Something like that, right? And then also one more thing we need to do is we need to write perfect. This is the secret code. If we write perfect right here, then it should kick in perfect prompt, and we should use all 3 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and push enter right here, and you'll be able to check this out. I will try not to speed through. So actually it's going into Speedy Marketing right there. So that one didn't work. Let me go and retry this prompt again. All right, this time I'm going to write perfect at the very beginning, and then I'm going to take it off at the bottom, and we're just going to see if it'll work this time. And then one other time I will try is I will write perfect prompt or use perfect prompt, and we'll see if it'll kick in. So yep, that didn't work. So let's stop that right there, and we will come up here. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that and push enter, and let's see if we can tell it to use perfect prompt. And there it goes. So it's kicking in. So all you have to do is just type use perfect prompt. And then I went ahead and left perfect in there also because that's what it instructed us to do. But we just told it to use perfect prompt at the very beginning. And then we said perfect. And we said write a 1,500 word SEO. This is actually a pretty good prompt, I must say. I don't know how much. We'll test something else out very generically and see if it can do something for us. But this is a pretty in-depth prompt. I can't imagine it doing a whole lot more for us. But as you can see, We told it to write in Markdown formatting, H2 headings, top ranking articles on Google, write in Markdown language, add a people also asked section, answering 5 questions. Also add a key points section at the top, include tables, lists, and bullet points when appropriate. The blog title is top 10 best outside gardening rakes. And you can see right here, we used Perfect Prompt, we used Speedy Marketing, and we used WebPilot. So we're utilizing the full functionality of 3 plugins in one prompt, which is super cool. This is when you can utilize and put ChatGPT 4 on steroids using these plugins. So this is what it's going to look like. We have the text that we provided, response from Perfect Prompt, rephrased. Please write a blog post of 1,500 words. That is optimized for search engine optimization, SEO. So it is going to be more specific and telling ChatGPT exactly what everything is. It's saying SEO and search engine optimization instead of just saying an SEO optimized, even though ChatGPT probably is smart enough and trained well enough to know what SEO optimized blog posts are. But this is going to make sure that everything is explained in very simple terms and very spelled out terms as well. Ensure that the blog post includes natural language processing, NLP. So it does fix it up a little bit. I would give it credit that it's pretty nice. And then keywords, and incorporates the crucial H2 headings from the highest ranking articles on Google. The blog post should be written in Markdown language. Additionally, include a people also ask section consisting of 5 questions, blah, blah, blah. Following the introduction, include key points. Utilize tables, lists, bullets, the title of the blog post. So it should, it just kind of shaped it up a little bit more. You can see it definitely extended the amount of the prompt as well. I wouldn't say that this is mind-blowing better, but we are going to test out a very generic. I want to test it out with just saying, hey, write me a blog post on this and just see what it does for us, if it adds anything special for us. We have Speedy Marketing. Here's what Speedy Marketing looked like for us. It actually did do a Google search of top 10 best outside gardening rakes. That's really cool. I love this. And then we have this one, actually, invalid request. Please enter a valid URL. So it did not search correctly for some reason. So Speedy Marketing didn't work, and maybe that's where WebPilot came in. Link. And then we're getting a false right there. Top 10 best. Let's see right here. Okay, so it did work. So WebPilot did work. You can see all this information that it scraped for us. So the issue is that we're not using Speedy Marketing to actually write. So I might want to put in there in my prompt next time the order. I want it to use WebPilot, right? I want it to use WebPilot to do the scraping right away. And then I want it to use Speedy Marketing in order to write the blog post. Okay. But let's see what it was able to do for us nonetheless. Based on the search results, here are some of the top ranking articles on Google related to the best gardening rakes. The top 5 garden rakes, so the best 11 leaf rakes, and the best leaf rakes tested. Now I'll proceed to write the blog post. Please note that the blog post will be a mock-up and may not contain accurate information as it's based on the limited data available from the search results. Top 10 best outside gardening rakes. It did maintain our title and it kept it. Introduction: in the world of gardening, having the right tools can make all the difference. One such essential tool probably wouldn't be the way that an actual writer would write. So I kind of don't really like the way that that's phrased. It is just kind of boring and robotic. But is the garden rake in this blog? We'll explore the top 10 best gardening rakes, blah, blah, blah. That's pretty good, though. It's including the title right there as well. We have our key points: importance of a good quality rake, factors to consider while buying a garden rake, and the top 10 best outside gardening rakes. Okay, cool. Importance of a good quality rake in gardening. A good quality rake, blah, 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 factors to consider, and top 10 best rake 1, 2, 3, 4 through 10. So that did not work. Let's see. Please note that this is a mock-up. So it did not work. We weren't able to get our article or the correct scraping. So I'm going to pause, come up with a even better. And this is the kind of stuff that's going to happen when you're testing something out. is it going to work? So the one that I wanted to test was the plugin, Perfect Prompt. I think that it did do a good job with the Perfect Prompt. As far as the scraping, it's hit and miss, as you guys can tell. And this is just live right in front of you using some of the most popular plugins. Speedy Marketing, that wasn't working, so we'd have to try another one. Let's try one more by just going like this. And what I want to do is go back to new chat. We're going to change out our plugin. And for those of you that aren't using plugins, this is kind of how you do it. You go to this drop down over here. We're not going to use Speedy Marketing. I'm actually going to go to the plugin store. It's been a while since I tested this other one out. I want to go to the plugin store and I want to go to, I'm going to type in SEO under all. And there's SEO app. Last time I tried to use SEO app, this one used to write really, really good stuff. I see one right here that's super cool. SERPstat right here. If you made it this far in the video, SERPstat actually reached out to me to check out their tool. And I can get free access to their tool. I believe that they were on AppSumo when they first got started back in 2018, before I even got started doing software reviews. And so they have blown up as a business, and that'll be really cool to bring a giant SEO tool that has billions of keywords inside of it. This is a big keyword research tool. That'll be really cool. So then I would also want to try out their plugin as well for you. So more to come on that. Here is another SEO. So there's some really cool SEO stuff right over here. But we're going to go with SEO.app and we're going to try to install this and use it. It's going to take you over here and we've got to go sign up real quick. And then once you're done with that, it'll log back in and then we should have access. We have it now, the SEO tool, Perfect Prompt. And let's try this again, guys. Let's see if we can use Perfect Prompt, then scrape with web pilot, then write article with SEO.app. SEO.app. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and now we're on write a 500 word and we have that whole thing. So let's try this up. Let's try this again, guys. This is what you've got to do. And if you're going to want to write really good content and come up with some really good workflows, you're going to have to test like I'm doing right now live in front of you. You're going to have some that hit and miss, some that don't work, some that don't work the way that they say they're going to, or that maybe we're doing something wrong. But this is kind of what you do. It is firing up Perfect Prompt or Prompt Perfect. I keep saying Perfect Prompt, but it's actually Prompt Perfect. But it knew the difference because I even said use Perfect Prompt. It should be Prompt Perfect right there, but still, nonetheless, it did scrape Web Pilot right here, boom. And then it used SEO app to, looks like it's going to start writing, but let's do the drop down and see that we do have our original prompt here. It's about twice the size now after Prompt Perfect rewrote it. And then we go to Web Pilot. Web Pilot did all of its scraping. Hopefully it did. I don't know where the breakdown was last time, if it was Web Pilot or the writer, because we're in SEO app right now, and it does look like keyword phrase. It looks like we've got from the Spruce and all these different sites, and it does look like it is writing, patent pending, blah, 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 keyword phrase. It is finding some emotion words, sloth words. I'm not really sure what that means. Target, LSI entities, rake, handle. Oh yeah, it's doing great right there. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go check out what it is doing for us. So we're gonna come down here. I don't think it's going to be able to write a 1,500 word blog post. It never does. That's the only downfall and the only thing that I can't get over about ChatGPT with using it for blogging is that it usually just does not write a long enough post, and that's where these other tools shine, like agility and so forth. So the top 10 best outside gardening rakes. In the world of gardening, having the right tools can make all the difference. One such tool that is absolutely necessary for the garden is the reliable rake. In this article, we'll be discussing, we have our key points, blah, blah, blah. Similar to the last one, the importance of a reliable rake, but did we get them? Yes, we did. Top 10 best outside gardening rakes. The Kent and Stowe stainless steel rake, soil rake. So I'm going to go ahead and go like this. I'm going to right click and search Google and see if this comes up. It is a Kent and Stowe classic stainless steel right here. And so that is legitimate. I think we could probably trust. I'll just randomly grab another one. Boer is that one as well. Let's go see if that is an actual rake. That is the website. Yep, it's a Boer. That is a rake. And so it is doing a good job. It gave us our 10 that we are looking for, and it gave us, you would want it to expand on this more, right? And so maybe we could improve our prompt. But overall, did it do the people also ask? It didn't do a conclusion. People also ask, what is the best rake on the market? The best rake on the market depends on your specific needs. However, the Kent and Stowe stainless steel soil rake and the Spear and Jackson Flexo Law rake are highly recommended by experts. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4. So it only gave us 1, 2, 3, 4. So this just shows you I specifically said 5 and it gave us 4 on the people also asked. So it's not perfect, but I think that it did a pretty good job. We've got our meta keywords right here. We've got a meta description right here. This is a really cool plugin. I'm glad to see that it's working again. I did have to uninstall it and then log in and basically sign up again to the SEO.app, but this one is pretty nice. If you guys have any SEO blog writing plugins that you've discovered out of the hundreds on ChatGPT, leave them in the comment section below if you want me to check them out and make a video on that. This one's good, but it's missing a few things, and it's definitely not writing a long enough blog post, but I definitely do think it's good. We will come up over here to, there's the conclusion. Not very, a strong conclusion, or anything like that, but we're going to come up here and right click in Word Counter Plus. This is just a Word Counter Plus extension, guys. You can just go to, go install it. It's Word Counter Plus. It's really cool. I can right click and get the word count. So that only wrote a 530 word blog post. So, this is just one of those things where I'll have to continue kind of looking at how we can come up with a prompt that, possibly we tell it somehow not to write the whole blog post in one go or something like that. But, we clearly told it to write 1,500 words and it only did 1/3 of what we wanted. But overall, still well laid out. It did do the content scraping and it did come up with our top right here. So you could just spend a little bit of time to come in here and write a miniature one. I mean, if you wanted an amazing, exceptional article, you would just take this, each one of these and write a couple paragraphs, and then you would be over, 1,500 words at that point. So, but that's it. This is this new plugin, Prompt Perfect. Recommend you guys go check it out. I think it did do a pretty cool job. Oh, wait, one more thing. I wanted to just go in real quick and turn off the plugins, right? Just for fun. And I wanted to just say, give post about rakes 2023. I just want to see what it's going to do for us. If we're really generic and we just say, hey, write a blog post, what is it going to give us, right? Does it know to put in the SEO and the NLP terms and all that? How much of an impact on your original prompt does Prompt Perfect need in order to basically be good, right? So we'll check it out. We'll see what it does for us. Yeah, so we got an error, right? For there's no reason why we should have got an error. An error occurred while processing the plugin. We just shouldn't have got an error. I'm going to try one more time, guys. Maybe it can't work. Maybe it doesn't work unless you have other plugins selected, but I'm going to try one more time. Oh, here we go. Sure. Here's your draft for your blog post. So yeah, brand B's rake model, because it doesn't have the ability to scrape. And so this is why it is so important to have the right plugins selected up here. Otherwise, ChatGPT 4 is not going to work the way that you intend. But did it come up with a prompt for us? So we have, compose a comprehensive blog post that thoroughly explores and ranks the 10 most exceptional outdoor ranks. So it's not going to go into that advanced NLP and all that. So do you really need this plugin? I would say out of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being that this is just a game changing plugin, I would give this probably a 6. I really don't think that you would need to use Prompt Perfect, but this is cool. That's why we're checking these new tools out. And and seeing what they're capable of. I don't think that this, I definitely wouldn't pay for Prompt Perfect if they made it a paid tool or anything like that. I don't think that it did anything exceptional for us. I do think it's going to just enhance slightly the prompt that you already have, and that's the best way to describe it, but it's definitely not necessary or needed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want more plugin reviews, there's like a million plugins to review at this point, so we'll try to do one every week or two, and this one was fun to check out though. All right guys, well, I'll see you in the next video.